If we ever close above that topping tail high, all right, let me repeat that. If we ever close above that topping tail high, that is a negation of the bearish topping tail. You should expect price to go up to at least 25,000, potentially close to 30,000. All right. Now, again, that's a big if. When does that happen? I mean, eventually it'll happen in the next bull cycle, whenever that is. But that's what I would watch for on the other side. Okay. So that gives you a good sense on that.
Many analysts, market strategists, and economists are making predictions about asset prices and performances in 2023. According to master trader Gareth Soloway, panic over regulatory enforcement sees Bitcoin and altcoins give up recent gains, costing long traders over $250 million in a single day. Before going further in this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more recent updates about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin has mostly traded higher this year, boosted by lower levels of inflation, which has in turn prompted the Federal Reserve to hike rates at a slower pace. Since starting the year trading at a high of $16,621, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization added as much as $8,000 to its value in a 4-week period. With macro elements confusing investors, the crypto industry saw more bearish sentiment when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission cracked down on staking services, adding to the already dismal situation. There is a strong possibility that Bitcoin/US dollar will collide with the floor at $21,200. However, should this point hold, bulls will likely use this as an opportunity to make another run toward the $25,000 mark.
Look at Bitcoin. Again, for those of you that are members of VerifiedInvestingCrypto.com, I talked about this. I said, guys, this is a topping tail here. Topping tail is a specific candle formation that probabilities, again, probabilities are everything. Probabilities dictated that when you get a topping tail and it fits the criteria, that now you have a top in the chart. I said that on that day. Since then, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 down days, 1 bounce, another down day, and a big fall. We broke this level here. The reason why that's so important is because you now have a negation of any bullish consolidation. This was bullish consolidation even with the topping tail. It was sideways chop. You've now broken below the low of that bullish consolidation. Now, you will have support on Bitcoin right here. This is your FTX beginning drop over here. So if I zoom out, FTX news came out here. It fell. We hit it right here. You can see how it pulled back and then broke out. This will now be a scene of the crime support. If that breaks, and by the way, that's around 21,300. If that breaks, there's no support until 18,400. Okay. Now on the upside, let's take both sides. A good trader looks at both the positives and the negatives, the upside and the downside. This is why I love technical trading, because it makes sense of charts. It freaking makes sense of charts. And that is so powerful. When you're in a world of uncertainty, when people are like, oh, it's a Bitcoin new bull market. Oh, no, it's a bear market. Oh, no, who the heck knows? Charts, they're not perfect. No one's ever going to claim, or at least no one should claim that they are, but they give you an edge. And in this game, any edge means profits and financial independence. Okay? So again, that's something I'll watch for if we do start to pull back on that one.
According to analyst Gareth Soloway, crypto is set up for a roller coaster ride in 2023. Analysts Kevin Kelly and Jason explained January's price action is being fueled by recent increases in global liquidity, which are favorable to risk assets, but both agree that macroeconomic headwinds will continue to negatively impact markets until at least the third quarter of 2023. Based on historical data and fractal analysis, Delphi Digital analysts suggest that there is room for further upside from Bitcoin, as there isn't a lot of overhead supply for Bitcoin in the $24K to $28K range, and earlier reporting from Cointelegraph highlighted the importance of Bitcoin's recent golden cross. If the long-awaited Fed pivot continues to remain elusive, certain realities will come to the forefront that is bound to have a stronger impact on pricing in the crypto and equities markets.
Dollar is absolutely a inverse indicator for the markets and for risk assets. Now, again, can anyone tell me what pattern formation this is right here? What pattern formation is that, guys? Come on. I know someone knows it out there. Someone take a stab. All right. Well, anyways, I know a bunch of you guys know it, but bottom line is this is a bull flag formation on the dollar. The US dollar, again, is putting in a bullish consolidation pattern. There you go. I see a bunch of you guys typing in flag pattern. That's exactly correct. So what can we extrapolate from this setup? What's the probabilities? And remember, everything technical that I do is all about probabilities. So ultimately what this means is whether or not the dollar goes up today or next week, this is telling us probabilities are the dollar is going to start to move higher. What does that mean for risk assets? Should we expect upside in the market or downside? And the answer is downside. In the crypto markets, would we likely see more downside? The answer is yes as well. If the dollar is moving higher, we likely will see downside in risk assets. All right, where would the dollar go in terms of a short-term target if this bull flag does start to play out? The answer is pretty easy here, right? So you have this little area right here. And again, this would be my target on the dollar. This is where I would consider buying Bitcoin again for a quick trade, or I would consider buying some stocks or the S&P or the NASDAQ. Look at this pivot low right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. This pivot low with this pivot low, with this high, with this high. See how it all aligns? That tells you there is a major level there as that's going to be resistance. It's a former level that was huge. We've been away from it for a little time. So if the dollar rallies up, 105.50 essentially is going to be big resistance.
On the macro, U.S. stocks were down slightly at the open, with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ Composite Index losing 0.8% and 1.1% respectively. The U.S. dollar index, meanwhile, continued its rebound in a move threatening to pressure risk assets further. It appears the dollar is attempting to reclaim its yearly uptrend, popular trader and analyst Roman summarized. This is bad news for crypto and stocks because it will indicate a pullback continuation of bear market. This week is very important, a reclaim of trend. SPX loses 4,100 and I turn back to macro bearish. Notably, the daily RSI has exceeded 70, which traditional analysts consider an overbought signal. This typically leads to upside exhaustion followed by consolidation or a significant price correction.
The gold chart here, let's go here, guys, and take a look at that. And right off the bat, what do we see with what kind of pattern is this? All right, let me zoom in. That's a bearish inside bar consolidation pattern, right? All right, so ultimately what we're going to look for here is the potential for downside to continue on the gold chart. All right, so again, you guys know I was a huge bull in 2022 and early 2023. I unloaded my gold longs right up in this higher range as we were coming into resistance. Now I'm looking to rebuy right in this 1800 level. All right, 1800 level is going to be key support. All right, that is going to be my first level. Now, again, think about this, right? Am I going to look to buy everything at once on gold when it hits that level, or will I inch into the position? And the answer is I'll inch in. Why? Well, because it could pierce that level and it could go here, right? There's a little bit of support right here. So you want to buy in tranches, essentially in segments, because that'll give you your best dollar cost average. Okay? All right. So again, the general expectation. Now the question, here's another quiz question. And I love giving you guys quizzes because so many of you guys know this stuff. But if the dollar is showing us upside with a bull flag, does it make sense that the gold chart should be showing us bearish consolidation, potentially with a down move? And the answer, of course, is heck yeah. That makes perfect sense. So the key is, and this goes for a lot of newbies out there. And again, I know we have a lot of new people that are watching me, a lot of people that have watched me for years. And the key is that charts should make sense. All right. Now, again, do they always absolutely 100% follow what they should do based on probabilities? The answer is no, because probabilities, you're never going to get to 100%. But the key is that it gives us the ability to be the casino, not the gambler. Always remember that. Casino, not the gambler. So sure, we're going to lose. A couple gamblers come into our casino. They take us for a bunch of money. But in general, when we have 1,000 gamblers, we're going to make money. When we have 100 trades, we're going to make money over a majority of them. And that is the key to proper trading and proper mentality, right?
Gold has gapped lower during the trading session on Friday, then turned around to fill that gap. Since then, we have touched the 50-day EMA before finding a few buyers. A daily close below $1,855 could bring in additional sellers and open the door for an extended slide toward $1,830. In case the latter support fails and starts acting as resistance, gold price could stretch lower toward $1,800. Keep in mind that there are a lot of buyers of US dollars out there, and if that keeps up, it could weigh on the price of gold. However, it's probably worth noting that the gold market can also go up at the same time as a dollar, depending on the circumstance. What are your thoughts on Gareth Soloway's prediction about Bitcoin and other assets' performance in 2023? Do you expect these assets to perform beyond investors' expectations? Let us know in the comments section below. If you like our content, give this video a big thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel.